Hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
Start with the positives. The Astros are 6-4 and on pace for 97 wins.
They're on pace. The pitching is a mess right now. For those of you who just took the weekend off altogether, just know
Good
this.
for you. Good for you if you took the weekend off altogether.
Yeah, know this. The Astros have some issues with the pitching right now. Hunter Brown is on the 15-day IL for a shoulder strain.
For something that will for sure take longer than 15 days to heal.
It usually takes the average, because immediately when that came up, I saw somebody had told you that that's on typically a 3 to 4 month recovery, and that's a shoulder strain with a pitcher tends to be 30 to 40 days.
Hey, can we be clear as to who this person was that told me this? It was a rando on Twitter. It wasn't a shoulder doctor.
No, but he talked so he very very much was trying to big bro explain to you exactly how.
And they're going to need to trade for a pitcher and this and that. Yeah.
So, which might very well happen, but the only thing to know is that it's usually longer than 15 days when you see the word strain used. So it might be 30 or 40 days. It might be less than that. Who knows? Could end up being 2 years.
MRI is today.
Yeah. So Espada said Hunter Brown wasn't too concerned about it, but we know it doesn't matter what anybody says.
Zero.
With injuries with the Astros.
That's right.
But no, okay, this is just to frame everything. Just know that if the Astros had scored 10 runs per game if they had scored 10 runs in each of these last 3 games, they would still be 1-2 against the A's.
Yep.
It's the damnedest thing. Every game against the A's has turned into that World Series game against the Dodgers.
That's right.
Where it just, all right, we're going to have to get to 15. First team to 15 wins.
This is where we are. And Lance McCullers started his second game yesterday, and some of it was okay until the 5th inning. And the 5th inning is where everything just kind of unfolded in this game.
It was still okay in the 5th inning until Jake Myers lost the ball in the sun.
Yeah. Well, they took him out for that. That wasn't Lance who gave that up.
I understand.
Yeah. So it had started to unravel on Lance a little bit.
Right. Yeah. No, but it was still in terms of, okay, you can get yourself out of this.
Yeah.
And then Okert came in, and it was all set up for a fly ball in that ballpark, too. It's remember, the fly ball at the wall isn't like you let up extremely hard contact or anything.
No.
And Myers just lost the ball in the sun.
As 7 guys did this weekend at various times.
Do you not want to wear sunglasses? Is it uncomfortable? Does it pinch your nose?
Yeah, well, I got a lot of that. I'm like, when that happened with Jake Myers, I just retweeted the play, and I'm like, I'm not a Jake Myers guy, and I've never been a Jake Myers guy. And just watching him tumble into the fence on what at the time was a game-changing play. Now, that made it 4-3 or something like that. The game ended 12-10. So it's a footnote in the entire game. The whole thing was just a circus. It was a very entertaining baseball game, and it went all day. Amy and I, with Seth, we're all over the place this morning. Welcome in, everybody.
Not really.
Yeah. No, I mean,
this game.
I feel
all over the place.
I feel all over the place. Yeah, and because Amy and I, when the pregame started, we were sitting down to Easter dinner or brunch or whatever you want to call it at her parents' house. We were at our 3rd different place we went to after leaving Amy's, and we left Amy's parents' house in the 6th inning, and we were in our 3rd place we went to after that during the day. We just decided, hey, let's keep going. Let's go here. Let's go there. We ended up at Carrabba's eating pizza, and I'm like, this game is still going, and we've been 4 different places. It reminded me of that. The playoff game against the Mariners back in 2022, the 18-inning game that I think you went to, didn't you? Didn't you go to the first 10 innings?
I had to leave. I had to leave in the 10th inning.
Right, and it went 8 more innings after that. And
I drove from Seattle to Tacoma, and still ended up having plenty of time to watch the last few innings of that game.
Right. And so that game, I remember Amy and I. That was the Texans' bye week that year, and Amy and I were in Kansas City with Boss Lady and her husband. And we went to literally 6 different places, including back to the hotel to shower and go out to dinner. Yeah. And that game was going on. That's what that game felt like yesterday. It was an eternity. So Hunter Brown goes on the IL. The Astros offensively are really, really fun to watch. The starting pitching is a huge question mark now without Hunter Brown. And the bullpen ain't that great, especially their closer, Brian Abreu, who sucks. He's terrible. So we wake up this morning, Seth, to tell Houston you are basically rooting for a beer league softball team right now.
Right, for this moment, yes.
You are a beer league softball team that you're going to watch a lot of 12 to 10s. That's what you're
Cody Bolton is going to start tonight. Beyond that, it's unclear. If you're wondering why Spencer Arrighetti isn't starting already, it's because he pitched on Friday night.
Right.
Had a really good performance on Friday night.
Yeah.
But, yeah, in terms of just the overall pitching, even Blue Ball came in, and I'm really optimistic about it. Blue Ball and excited. He lets up, was it 3 runs or 4 runs? I lost track.
It was a bunch, yeah.
And, there's such – everything about the hitting you should feel so good about because so much of it is based on substantial stuff. Their judgment of the plate has just been immaculate, especially when you compare it to what it was before. Jose Altuve has turned into a wise old man in terms of just picking and choosing and showing maximum patience at the plate. All of these things that are real. Small sample size, beginning of the season and everything. I don't know exactly how it's all going to shake out, but I feel much, much better about that part of them just changing systemically the way they've done things. But the pitching, it could go a million different directions right now. And there's some guys that you feel really good about, chief amongst them, Hunter Brown, except for the fact that he's got a shoulder strain and nobody knows what the hell happens with an Astros pitcher once the S word is used.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. If we were to do a circle of trust, we did our first circle of trust of the season for the entire team on Friday. And there's like 5 or 6 guys in it. Most of them are everyday players. If we were to do a segment, and maybe we will at some point, just a pitching circle of trust for the Astros where we just literally went 1 through 13, do we trust this guy to either start a game or come into a game and do their job? It is a short list right now, man. It is a really short list. And Hunter Brown was one of the only guys who would be a definitive yes on that list. Yeah. He is your most irreplaceable guy on this team. This team has enough offense right now where I think even if Yordan Alvarez went out, I feel decent enough about the starting lineup, top to bottom, especially the way, some of the outfielders are playing early, or hitting. Cam Smith had a big hit yesterday to tie the game at 9. I think you could get by.
No, Cam and Loper Fido have been great. Zach Allen was great in this series.
Yes, yeah. So all of that, like offensively, like the everyday lineup. I mean, Yordan is the most irreplaceable guy in the everyday lineup, but you're scoring runs right now because he's got that transformative effect. You got nobody that can do what Hunter Brown can do for you right now.
Right. Well, now this is where Imai looked incredible. So there's that. And for reasons for optimism for this very jostled up pitching staff right now, Imai really just settled down and pitched his game, and he was amazing. At some point, Josh Hader is going to come back, and Abreu isn't going to be your closer because he's not supposed to be your closer. I'd much rather have Brian King is for all intents and purposes, is your closer.
He's your most trustworthy reliever right now, yes.
So here's Josh Hader from an appearance a couple days ago on how he feels right now.
Ultimately, it's trying to break that tissue up, make sure it's recovering well. My bullpens have been really well. My last bullpen I touched in the 90s, so that's exciting for me. I've never touched 90 in a bullpen, even when I was healthy, so that's a testament to the work that we're putting in.
As far as when you talk about feeling right now, is there any discomfort, any pain, or do you feel like, okay, I'm past that, it's more so about making sure that we're at 100% before we actually return?
Exactly. That's it. It's making sure that when I come back, there's no setbacks on that. It's when I'm in there, I'm there to the World Series, and I'm going to be there to give it every day as I can and be 100%.
Does that make you feel any better?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I mean, it sounds like things are progressing. It just sounds like they're being super, super cautious with them. Yeah.
All right. So at some point, that's going to rectify itself. And then we've got
Brian Abreu. I'll let you get to Imai. Brian Abreu has not had a single good outing yet. Not one. Yeah. Not one. I know he struck the side out in the afternoon game last week that I was at. He gave up a home run, right? He gave up a home run and then struck. You have no margin for error when you're the closer. He sucks. right now.
He does.
He's terrible.
But this is what we get with right. So at some point, the only thing I know about Bryan Abreu is that at some point he'll swing back into the point where a month from now people are going to be saying, this is how it happens every damn season. Sean will get upset to an extreme degree about Abreu because he has these erratic stretches. He's going to get it together, and he's going to look incredible for a while, and people will act like you were overreacting or something, and then he's going to dip back down into this.
Yeah.
So 100%. Like, you can't be leaning on Bryan Abreu as the guy that's going to make you feel great about these games at the end of the game. No. About these situations.
You were going to talk about Imai, and I interrupted you.
So Imai has this slider that looks like a screwball, and nobody's ever seen anything like it, including pitch tracker, which is, it's us versus the machines at this point, Sean.
Yeah.
We know AI is coming for all of us at some point.
Yep.
It's a mad scramble to what happens in the aftermath of the AI takeover.
Yep.
For now, we have Imai, who is confounding the pitch tracker. Here's pitching coach Josh Miller talking about just how crazy his slider is.
On reading the swings of the guys, especially with the sliders, it looked like if they're really getting frustrated about some of those pitches.
Yeah, I was giving them fits. It was doing some weird stuff, and they were taking some healthy hacks and coming up short, and they looked a little frustrated. Yeah, there's been quite a few misclassified pitches in his 2 outings. He did use the split and the changeup some today, but most of those were sliders.
Is that a new thing now that Josh Miller was made available after a game? Like, I don't recall that ever happening before.
Not as often. It seems like we've heard from the position coaches a lot more.
I don't even know. I didn't even know what Josh Miller's voice sounded like. I was watching the post game. We had the post game on a separate TV. We were watching the basketball game at that point on Saturday, the day the Astros actually won against the A's 11-0. So we were watching the college basketball, but we had the post-game show on one of the other TVs, and I'm watching, and I noticed 2 things. One, Josh Miller doing a media availability. I'm like, okay, well, that seems new. I don't remember hearing from the pitching coach. I think it's cool to hear from him. That was a great cut right there. Listening
We've heard from Victor Rodriguez.
Have we heard from him? Yes, yeah, I haven't seen that yet. The other thing I noticed is just how ratchet the whole A's situation is.
It looked like spring training, didn't it?
Yeah,
when there was that Josh Miller interview, I thought they were in West Palm Beach.
It was like from outside the men's room or something like that. Like where Joe Espada is doing a media availability in front of a wall in the sun.
I like the environment out there, though. I don't know. Other than the sun screwing everybody up all the time. Remember, Lance in the first inning had that pop-up that 3 guys converged on and it dropped, and they ended up getting out of the first inning without any runs scored. But the sun was the enemy in this series.
And I guess it's because the park it's only one. It's not multi-level.
So the sun's not blocked out as much as
right.
It would be
That's what they say.
Well, yeah, but when the evening game on Friday night, there was an issue too. So the lighting. Oh, that was Yiner. Friday night was Yiner missing the pop-up.
Yep.
But I'm guessing the lighting isn't all that great either, so you can probably lose the ball in the darkness.
There's probably a wind
The ball
issue.
goes off into the void more often than it does.
They make it it happens so much in that ballpark. It's got to be something to do with the ballpark and whatnot. So, anyways,
you know who's got an answer for the Astros low lighting situation? Is Jake Berger from the Rangers. He's wearing these freaky red contact lenses.
Oh, yeah?
They're supposed to help him in low lighting situations.
How about Jake Myers not wearing any shades at all in center field? What the hell, man? Dude, and then he loses the fact that it's Jake Myers and Bryan Abreu, I don't want to say anything mean, but the blank stare on both of their faces when they're failing is just like the look on Bryan Abreu's face as he's coughing up games is just infuriating to me.
Jake Myers doesn't frustrate me as much as Bryan Abreu because Bryan Abreu is screwing up at the thing he's supposed to be doing well, where at least with Jake Myers, Jake Myers is doing the same thing, which is screwing up the thing that he's supposed to be doing well, which is fielding. But it was so obviously a sunlight situation.
Yeah.
I saw jabronis on Twitter trying to explain to Jake Myers about the proper approach and everything, and not extering your arm out before. Well, yeah, he gets that part of it. He's a very good center fielder.
He was a finalist for the Gold Glove.
Because in that situation, because he didn't know where the ball was, he had his arm extended like a little leaguer who kind of runs with his arms straight out and everything. But no, that's not who Jake Myers is. So, like, that's a blip on the radar for me for Jake Myers.
Yeah, I just don't know how you don't wear sunglasses out in center field.
I don't know. When it comes to direct glare from staring directly at the sun, I wonder how much it actually helps compared to versus you're not used to wearing them.
Yeah, I'm being more inquisitive than I am, like, blaming Jake Myers. I've never been a Jake Myers guy. Like, I'll be kind of happy when we're done with the Jake Myers experience overall. But I'm literally wondering, like, would shades have helped him there, or is it such a pain in the ass to flip them because you got a certain type of sunglasses that you wear out there that you normally like have to adjust and whatnot. So, anyways, so how are we feeling about this team?
I mean,
right
as far
now?
as offensively, I mean, remember there were times last year where it seemed like there was nobody on the team that had an above average OPS. Where now you've got 3 guys who are in the thousands.
Yeah.
I mean, you get down. Okay, I feel awesome about how they're hitting.
Walker, Jordan, and Altuve are killing it this year.
This is the one part that you have to wonder how sustainable this is and how. But I think it is evidence of their new approach at the plate. The fact that Christian Vasquez right now has a 978 OPS, that's not going to last. But, man, it's impressive. That I wonder when the last time he actually, even early in a season or something where he might have gotten off to a hot streak, had an OPS quite like that.
He was probably on the Red Sox at that point, like back in 5-6 years ago.
I mean, honestly, we talk about the outfielders, Cam Smith and Joey Loperfido. So far, so good. And they've both made incredible plays defensively. But Cam's at an 885, Loperfido's at an 854.
Yeah.
Loperfido's batting 320 right now.
Yep.
And you get to, so just anywhere between 720 or 740 or so is usually average. Yeah. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys that are 717 or higher right now.
Yep.
And then Nick Allen's sitting there at Jake Myers is at a 700.
Yeah.
Which is still like just a little bit below average.
I like your point early that, from 10, 15 minutes ago, right out of the chute, where it's like this does feel more sustainable because of how disciplined that they are as a team, seemingly. I mean, they had 11 walks again yesterday. Now, we'll see. I mean, the A's are not a good baseball team. They're going to play the Rockies the next 3 games. That's not a good baseball team. The big test will be Seattle this weekend, and they're going to have to go up there, and they're probably going to be attacking that series with a front 4. I haven't looked to see how the pitching shakes out over the next few. I just haven't looked ahead yet at the probables for who's going to be pitching, other than we know that Cody Bolton's going to be opening tonight. I'm guessing they're trying to get 3 innings out of him tonight and then hand it over the bullpen and hope.
Well, and the bullpen's kind of beleaguered and tired at this
hope
point,
that you
too.
shut down a bad team, So I don't know what it looks like for Seattle this weekend. I just know you got no Hunter Brown. So your front 4 are, Mike Burrows is your, just by name, by chronology is your number 1 right now.
Right. Well, we're going to get Spencer Arrighetti back. So Arrighetti's going to be one of them. And I think Imai looked incredible when he was out there. Yeah. So I'm optimistic about that. It's really, we knew we were going to have to see what we have in Arrighetti at some point this season.
Yeah.
So here we go. And beyond all that, there were a lot of question marks.